Namaskar friends, welcome to Rajan George Home's next episode. I am Rajan George. I am an IIT MD holder and a builder. Today, I am going to speak to you about a very effective technology, Rubble concrete. This technology I have developed and I am using it for so many decades. Conventional method of doing foundation for a residence is people give a DR for the portion below the ground. That is, people fill the excavated portion with a rubble without any cement mortar, and above the earth level people construct the rubble with the cement mortar, that is filling the gap of the rubble with cement and sand, and over that people give a concrete belt, say 10 or 15 centimeter depth and around 30 centimeter width. This is the usual practice. Instead of that, I am suggesting a technology which gives many times strength than the conventional method. What I am suggesting is to fill the gap of rubble with metal, sand and cement. That is, fill the gap of rubble with the concrete. It is many times stronger than the conventional method of construction. We can call it as a rubble concrete because the gap of rubble is filled with the concrete. So we get the strength of a concrete mass. People give belt or belt is required above the basement because people giving a dry rubble masonry below the ground is not advisable, because while filling the excavated portion with the dry rubble, what happens is the unskilled workers will simply fill the excavated portion. That means a rubble masonry without any quality is the end result. And instead of filling the gap of rubble with the cement mortar, that is cement and sand, when we fill the gap with the concrete, which is very, very strong, when we fill the gap of rubble with cement, metal and sand, the construction becomes very strong and rigid. And if it is constructed without any gap, the foundation and the basement, no belt is required. It is stronger than giving the dry rubble and above a belt. When I was experimenting, I was first starting it with the 20 mm metal to fill the gap of rubble. But I have found it is very labor intensive and it is very difficult to fill the gap of rubble. After that, I have started using 6mm metal, or we can call it baby metal, sand and cement, and it is easy to mix and it is easy to fill the gap. The gap of rubble should be either filled with pieces of rubble or with this concrete. Let us see why nobody is thinking of filling the gap of rubble with concrete. Earlier, if we go back 30 or 35 years back, at that time only rubber sand was available and metal was only handmade. Crusher metal or machine made metal was not available. At that time, sand was cheap and metal was costly since it was handmade. So nobody thought of filling the gap of rubble with concrete. Now, when metal is cheaper than sand, we can use concrete to fill the gap of rubble. Only thing is that we have to ensure that there is no gap between the rubble portions. Without any cavity, the rubble has to be constructed. And if the depth of foundation is not too much, that is, if it is not more than 1 meter, filling the gap of rubble with the concrete is not that much costly thing, because the quantities of metal, sand and cement used is not much. And the government departments has to promote using rubble with rubble concrete. And anybody constructing a house better go for this technology, because the strength of the rubble foundation is increased to many times. Thank you.